Blair, Thomas, and Magic. Subscribe now, watch us live lavish. We got Brooks, now we live, and we bringing major vibes.
Up City and Alliance, we taking all flying high. Follow us now for guidance. Up City and Alliance, Up City and Alliance. We got the best advice. Keep it real, no lying. Up City and Alliance, Up City and Alliance. Up City and Alliance, Up City and Alliance. We got.
Happy weekend, everybody. It's the Obsidian Alliance here.
It's been a minute.
It has been a little minute. But today we are bringing, of course, a topic that me and Blair always bring up. And is we're gonna formally call this "We Want Our 1%." Now, most people are like, 1%? 1% ain't nothing. However, this is going to be in part of fandoms, geekdoms, movies, things of that nature. So, for example, Black Panther made 1.3 billion in the box office gross. We always had the idea of, if you want to make a good movie, come to us or come to the fans. Because usually most fans have good interest at heart of what they want to see on the screen. I don't want to see, let's give an example of a bad movie. Oh, right. The two feminist movies that, not feminist, womanist movies that came out. Harley Quinn and Captain Marvel. The girl power movies. You can do a girl power movie without having it screamed everywhere. So come to the fans. Most fans know what they want. And in return of just having 1% of movie gross, toys and merchandise, and things of that nature, we'll be straight. My previous example, like I said, Black Panther made $1.3 billion. This is not including all the merchandise. This is just movie gross. 1% of 1.3 billion is 13 million. For most, on average, statistically, in order to be set for life, you need at least 10 million. I just did that in one movie. Now imagine if somebody was a fan and the MCU invited somebody to make the rest of the MCU movies. Now, mind you, we have about 10 coming out in the next 3 to 4 years. 1% of all those movies grossing, because China's going to make Shang-Chi blow up without question. The Marvels is going to probably include Miss Marvel, the little girl, Spectrum, and Captain Marvel. That's going to make money automatically. Not to mention all the MCU TV shows like Loki and them coming out, She-Hulk, Miss Marvel, Moon Knight. Just 1% of all of these movies making money. I'm set for life. And then I'm going to reinvest back into the company that I'm making money off of. So I'm even making even more money.
Not to mention the simple fact of the matter is we said all merch, toothpaste, toothbrushes, socks, boxers, toys, deodorant, balls,
Video games. Anything that has the image and likeness of the character.
If I do it right, the next 2 generations of my family don't have to worry. If I do it right.
And mind you, we're both fans of different things. He wants to do Jurassic Park and Transformers. Those make money. Transformers makes money on just the name alone. Jurassic Park doesn't even come out that often. So when it does, it's an instant hit. Because everybody loves dinosaurs.
And honestly, for the major companies out there, it's not the money is great, but the reason why we're only asking for 1% is because the satisfaction of seeing you guys do it right. like when you got
the thing. No, and I'm sorry to cut you off. It's just like if like 1% is all I'm asking. I would take technically the name recognition alone is probably going to get me money. But however, comma, if you're good at something, don't do it for free. Keywords from the Joker. But also, like Blair was saying, the satisfaction of knowing that you actually listened, that you actually took the time to get the source material, bring it to the screen in the best way possible, that you found the best directors, you found the best people to be able to do it, and knowing that you're sticking faithful and true to something, and we had a help part in it. That's my legacy in the history books forever.
like, it is just sometimes I wish that they did have people in the room, because especially for DC, the DCU, sorry, I'm going to talk about it. Batman v Superman would have been done completely different. Completely different.
One, there wouldn't even be that. There wouldn't even be that in the top. There wouldn't even be it. There wouldn't be it. There wouldn't even be one for me. Honestly.
Honestly, we could probably just scrap that.
Yeah.
Honestly, if we are gonna call it Batman v Superman, we'll call it. You know what? We'll just call it Dawn of Justice and not Batman v Superman. Just call it Dawn of Justice.
I'll take that. If we have to redo one, Dawn of Justice.
We are not. We are not. We are not. Do you hear me when I say this? Doomsday is not involved.
Take him out. He deserves his own movie.
Yes. The death of Superman. Doomsday.
There are certain characters that deserve their own movie. Instance, since we're talking about the DCEU and Wonder Woman, with 1984, one, that shouldn't have been a thing. I don't know why you named it 1984 anyway. That's dumb. But Maxwell Lord and Cheetah, they deserve their own movies. Those are the two biggest thorns in Wonder Woman's side, other than Dr. Psycho. Other than Dr. Psycho. And Wonder Woman's line, and Cersei, but that's dealing with gods and things of that nature, so we wouldn't get that far. If you wanted to keep it earthbound, Maxwell Lord, Cheetah, Dr. Psycho, they deserve their own movie. One, because that whole implication of Maxwell Lord controlling some ancient stone that grants people wishes, but it's killing his body. And then Cheetah wished to be like Wonder Woman, but she's losing her humanity. And then Wonder Woman wishes Steve Trevor back, but she's losing her. Like, that concept is dumb. That's just so dumb. Like, that's dumb. When you could, Wonder Woman Rebirth did it perfectly to where Wonder Woman had left and thought that every time she would come back to Themyscira, it was her island and her family, but it was all a lie. And she had no idea what Themyscira was. So it took Barbara and Minerva, who has been studying the Amazons for years, to try to help her out.
Could we also throw Felix Faust in there?
Felix Faust? Oh, right.
The guy who went to Themyscira turned all the Themyscirians to stone, and the only way he was going to turn them back to normal is if Wonder Woman gathered up all these artifacts so he could somehow.
Oh, you're going off the cartoon, right?
Yeah, but I feel like Felix Faust.
Yeah, it could honestly work if you wanted to go that route.
Yeah, but I'm saying even when it comes to, if we're not even talking about characters or plot. When you come out with the movie can say a lot. Honestly, I am so shocked that we have not dropped a Wonder Woman or a Harley Quinn movie during Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Not even to put it like that, but it's like, if you're matching the woman energy with the woman energy that's already here, and it's a great thing. It's not like I'm saying that to be cliche. I'm saying that because it makes sense. Because I'm giving it to Black Panther. Black Panther dropped when? Black History Month. Perfect. Made sense. It made sense. And not that Black History should just be put into a month. That's a video for another day. But anyway,
Yeah, it's another day.
but I'm gonna go ahead and say it. The goal with the movies, people, is to pander. That's the goal. It is the goal. No matter how much you don't, the movies are targeted for a specific audience. So, you know, just to go ahead and put it out there, the big wigs love taking our money, and by our money I mean our money. Y'all know who I'm talking about when I say our. So go ahead and appeal to the masses. Let's get a Static Shock movie out, or at least a live action TV show. Let's get the Dakotaverse started.
Yeah.
Let's do that. Let's have I know as a matter of fact, they just did it with Captain America and Captain Falcon and the Winter Soldier. They brought Wakanda back into the mix. Great, wonderful, and had them kicking ass for like 2 or 3 episodes. Yeah. You guys knew what you were doing. You knew what you were doing. Don't tell me you didn't know. Oh, it just so happened. No, not just so happened. Nah. This is the person directly responsible for the fall of King T'Chaka. Yes, Wakanda should be involved, and they were. And honestly, Wakanda should have more of a role in the Marvel Cinematic Universe now, not just because of who you're trying to appeal to, but because it makes the story make more sense.
And replace Chadwick Boseman, god damn it. Replace him. The character of Black Panther has too much history to just be laid to the side. It's like, oh, we're gonna do a video. We're gonna repurpose Wakanda and Black Panther as a moving on from Chadwick Boseman and T'Challa. Fuck that. With all disrespect, fuck all that. Because he's doing too much in the comic books for you to just cast him aside. For you.
I say this.
Go ahead.
Pay him his homage. Maybe for this next movie, of course. Just understand that his role as king needs to be laid to rest, because he has been laid to rest as a sign of respect. Does it have to stay that way? No. It's Marvel, people. You know how many times people die and come back and listen, you can do it right. But one idea that I heard of that's not a good idea is making Killmonger Black Panther. No. We're not doing that.
No, Jesus. No, I heard that too. Do not bring back the Michael B. Jordan played a good role as Killmonger, and his standards and Black Panther was the African versus the Black American and the idealistic. Why would you bring that back? Why?
Exactly. And
there's no point.
And to be
the Black American got the African to open up his eyes and see that we do need to do more. So why would you? No, it doesn't make sense. Exactly. Because he already accomplished his goal. Mm-hmm. He didn't get to take over the country. He didn't get to throw the world into war, but he got T'Challa to see that you do need to open up your borders because you could do a lot more to help people with your advanced technology. No, because the last thing Eric Killmonger saw was him dying.
And then the thing about it is, yes, the character is too enriched for you to just, disperse. Do I say that they need to take care of how they do it? Absolutely. It needs to be done very carefully. And if it's not done right, it's not going to be accepted. It has to be done right.
Not at all. Marvel, if you do this wrong, just know that you will lose the black dollar for the rest of the MCU. Period. It doesn't matter how much stuff.
You'll get some of it back with Spectrum, but not all of it.
You'll get some of it back with Blade, but not all of it. It doesn't matter. You can bring back Luke Cage. You'll get some of it. You won't get your 1.3 billion like you did with Black Panther. Period. It doesn't matter what you do. If you this up, you are done with the Black community. Period.
And honestly, and you said something. You said something about the Transformers. Yeah, for me, I'll be on the board for that because if y'all disrespect my man Starscream for 3 movies straight again, I promise you, I'll. Michael Bay, look, Michael Bay. I slick want your head, buddy. I slick want your head. Starscream has never, ever, ever, ever been a bitch. Ever. There's no adaptation of him where he's a bitch. Yes, Megatron may slap him around, but you forget one thing. Starscream slaps back. Are we forgetting that Megatron was dying and Starscream tossed him into space to die in front of everyone and said, "Now I'm your king," like Killmonger. Like, come on now.
There's a reason why there's a trope called the Starscream. There's an actual trope. And the Starscream is pretty much named after Starscream, the second in command that will be under the boss for a little while, but at any opportune moment, will say, "I'm in charge now."
Yeah, and it's just like even in the early cartoon show back at 6 o'clock in the morning, the Autobots were never winning. They very, very rarely won, especially when it came to the Planet Key saga, the Beast War saga, and the saga where they were combining and also looking for the mini-cons. They were getting washed 9 times out of 10. The only person that really wasn't getting washed was Optimus and Hot Rod. And then for you guys to make Hot Rod and Bumblebee 2 separate Autobots, no. See, Bumblebee turns into Hot Rod after he gets the Matrix of Leadership. But y'all know nothing about that because y'all just hopped on this Transformers bandwagon. See, I'm an old school kid. I know what I'm talking about. But anyway, now with Jurassic Park, what you're gonna stop doing is making it seem like people would get bored of seeing dinosaurs. There are people who still go to regular zoos today. Zoos make tons of money, and those are literally the same animals. Literally the same animals. So you're telling me you have an island full of dinosaurs and people are, oh, let's be honest, no one is impressed by a dinosaur anymore. Where? The Museum of Natural History literally stays up because of donation. It's free to get in. So what you talking about? The section that takes the longest is the dinosaur section. What are you talking about?
Let's just make up this new hybrid 3 dinosaurs in one. Why? Why would you do that?
and then to have the gene splicing on the black market. So now when it comes to Jurassic World Dominion or whatever you guys are calling this last one, now every country has a dinosaur problem. Really? And no offense, I love my dinosaurs, but let's not act like a couple AK-47s and a few rocket launchers isn't going to solve this problem. And for the one in the
get them all in one area and drop a nuke.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, the right machine guns, the T-Rex is going down, unfortunately. So let's go ahead and put that out there. But they love to make it sound like shooting him is the last resort because they're endangered. I mean, yeah, that's cool and everything, but how many more people need to die? Like, it's just
before we become endangered.
Like, and then like you have these cliche moments, like in the last one, they go underwater in the pen, not the pen, in the enclosure where the mosasaur was. Oh yeah, whatever was in here is probably dead, nigga.
Or the person that's running with the T-Rex and behind them, that chick running in heels with that flare. I'm sorry, she's dead. She is all the way dead.
The fact that she didn't start running until the T-Rex was legitly right behind her. Like, I understand that people have this misconception. You may think that a T-Rex is slow. No, Usain Bolt ain't outrunning no T-Rex. It's just not happening.
It's pretty
And then,
much all legs.
for real, it's all like, and then you have someone. Not only like it was one thing to find out that the Indominus was mixed between a raptor and a T-Rex. Why would you ever put them two together? I have no idea. But no, then you took it even further. Oh, it's mixed with cuttlefish. Cuttlefish have chromatophores. That's why it can camouflage. So now you have a T-Rex that thinks like a raptor that can also change its skin color. Oh, by the way, it's mixed with tropical frogs. Tropical frogs can disguise their body heat. So now it can hide from infrared and regular. Like, how much were you going to give it poison too? Like, I just don't. How were you going to give it wings? It's just the buildup of the movie was just like, this is just a nope after another nope after another nope, nope, nope. Oh, where's the sibling? Oh, she ate it.
And you didn't decide at this moment that it was the time to kill it.
Like, oh yeah, so why are some of the workers quitting? Well, one of the workers lost his arm trying to feed it. So we're not gonna. Okay, we're just gonna. Okay, got it.
So before we get too much on tangents, this is that type of video today where it's just we're fans talking about movies and stuff that we like, and we just want our 1% because half of this stuff that you're doing just don't make no sense. Like, it really.
Shall we talk about it, sir?
Which one?
I know you. The trilogy. You want to just go ahead and talk?
Right. Star Wars. Yeah. Let's. Disclosure. Rest in peace to those that was not able to see Luke Skywalker in The Mandalorian, because that is the best that you have shown Luke since Return of the Jedi, and Return of the Jedi was before me and him were ever thought of.
Oh, excuse me.
Bless you. So rest in peace to those that couldn't see that, and happened to just see the bastardation of him in The Last Jedi. I promise you, Lucasfilm, Kathleen Kennedy, I'm calling you by name. If you don't find a way to make this up and just let Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni do their jobs, you are going to continue to lose Star Wars fans. Because this Star Wars is the Force is female and all this extra blah, blah, blah that nobody cares about, and these horrible movies that you keep putting on. And then not only that, you had horrible movies with different direction and directors. How you gonna have J.J. Abrams do a solid episode 7, then say, oh yeah, we're not gonna have him just do the trilogy on his own. We're gonna hire different people. Let's have Rian Johnson do episode 8.
And what's the lady's name that you called?
Kathleen Kennedy.
Miss Kennedy. That would have been a part of the meeting where me and him would have stood up and be like, shut up. Shut up.
Absolutely not.
I don't care who you think you're bringing in here. You may not like JJ, but if you want money, you're going to shut up and let JJ do what he needs to do. And then you can...
Or if he just does bad in all 3, hey, you don't have to hire him anymore. Like, but let the man finish.
And you know what? I think what trips us both out with all this, these are major brands. It's not hard to get a Jurassic Park movie right. It's not hard to get a Star Wars movie right. It's not hard to get a Transformers movie right. It's not hard to get a Marvel movie right. It's not hard to get a DC movie right. It's not hard. Just make it make sense. Choose people that look like the people that you're trying to portray.
Like, these are major brands with millions of followers and fans. With DC and Marvel, you have literally 80 years to work with. You have 80 years. With Transformers, you have about 40. With Star Wars, you have about 40. Like with Jurassic Park, you have since the 90s. So that's going on 30. You have years and years and years and years of stuff to work with. It is not that hard, or at least it shouldn't be, because I'm not a cinematographer. I'm just a fan talking. But for me, even putting these YouTube videos together or, reviewing something, it shouldn't be that hard to take something like there's stuff that has single issues or a good 40 issue books. I can understand how it's hard to cram 40 issues into 3.5 hours. I get it. It's a lot of stuff. It's a lot of dialogue. It's a lot of pieces you have to put in place.
Which is also why we would help you. Not even just me. We as in us. The fans will help if you ask. The fan. Who's the guy who played Thanos?
Josh Brolin.
Josh Brolin's cousin is a Thanos fanatic. So just to make sure his character was solid, he spoke to his cousin to get more insight on the person he's trying to portray.
I think Gal Gadot did the same thing with Wonder Woman. A comic fanatic, and was asked anybody, like anybody that was serious, and you see in the interviews, you want to know who they asked? A comic book fan in their family or a close friend. Hey, I'm playing this character. Do you know about this character? Yes, I do. What information do I need? Okay, well, you got this, and this. Okay, cool. Thank you. It's not that hard. Ben Affleck, I know a lot of people don't like Ben Affleck, but Ben Affleck at least has the best build of Batman that I've seen in movies. I don't know why people can't get his voice right. That voice modulated thing was weird. Of course, we know Kevin Conroy is way too old.
Ben Affleck, he's a crappy Bruce Wayne, but I'll take him in the cape and cowl. I'll take it.
I'll accept that.
Only
he's a bad, but I think the only reason why he's a bad Bruce Wayne to me is because of the DCEU. You didn't give him a chance to be Bruce Wayne. You threw him in Dawn of Justice, and then you immediately went into the first 10 to 20 minutes is the end of Man of Steel.
Which is also lazy. That's very like, I'm sorry. That's very lazy. Like, you just like, and then to have it where he was just in Metropolis that day, just so happened he had a meeting the day that Superman is fighting for the world. I hate the coincidence of plot.
And then you threw in his 10-minute intro, the 10-minute origin that we all know.
Like, yes, if I have to see Tom and Martha Wayne die again, like, we get it. We understand. You don't listen. We're gonna break down the origins you don't need to do anymore. Superman, Batman, Spider-Man, Hulk. We understand.
We get it.
We're not like it's like what you're beating a dead horse. You are beating a dead. If you want to, you know what? I'll do you one better. Go ahead and reference. Not 10 minutes. You got 3 to 5. That's what you get. 3 to 5. 10 minutes with the whole I'm seeing the bats surrounding me. I fell in a hole, and it's okay because Christian Bale did that already. We saw that already.
You
where he
know
got
what?
it.
You know a Batman I've never actually seen live.
What?
You ever heard of Batman Year One?
Oh.
Okay, so it's pretty much his first year. Like it's take Batman Begins and give it a more thorough outlook. It pretty much goes through the first year being Batman, him being the enemies of Gotham, things of that nature, and you actually see in the beginning where he doesn't even have the cape of cow. He dressed like a bank robber with mask, and you see the pitfalls, and you see him why he chose the origin of Batman. And yes, and then that is where you could do your 3 to 5 minute thing of I got the origin, I know what I'm gonna call myself now, and move the hell on. Or you do like in DC Rebirth, where his first major thing was the war of jokes and riddles, where he goes against the Riddler and the Joker. Or you could just do like in DC Rebirth, or not DC Rebirth, the DC New 52, the Court of Owls, who's never been in the Court of Owls have never been in any live action Batman. Him going against an old ass organization that is far beyond anything that any Carmine Falcone or Joker or anything that has to deal with and will continue to be in Gotham that he can't just get rid of. We don't need to see the origin of Superman. That's been played out. But I would love to see a young Superman, more so than you did in Man of Steel.
I'd like to see a Superboy.
And no, I don't want to see no Supergirl movie. No.
Well, WB kind of killed that, so no offense to WB. You know, I know you guys had Smallville and all the other stuff, but it's just
I don't want to see a Supergirl movie. I don't. However, if you do, I would love to see it as she's the villain first. In a sense of because she comes to Earth after Clark is grown up and everything, and she comes up and she's confused. And she doesn't know her own strength. And, you know, she's got to calm herself down a bit. And then they go off and, you know, get together and things of that nature. I would love to see that if you're going to do that much. But I don't want to see a whole Supergirl movie. That's dumb.
And honestly, if you're going to do major villains, let's just go ahead and talk about the Snyder Cut. Let's just go ahead and get it out there. Okay?
The movie's still trash, mind you. Like let's not beat around the bush. The movie is still trash. The best parts, it's funny because you know my mom is just now getting. She's not just now getting into geek culture, but I asked her what was the best parts of the Snyder Cut. She said all the parts of Barry Allen in it, and mind you, he's not in the movie that much. Because the movie's trash. It's still the same premise. Steppenwolf still looking like Will Smith off the Fresh Prince. How come he don't want me, man? Talking about he got to get 50,000 more worlds. And my mom like, did he just say he got to get 50,000 more?
And it's just like it's I'll say what they got right. The drama and music of Darkseid's arrival. Yes, great. But the whole like it's almost like Darkseid was a disappointed uncle or granddad, and like him just coming out of the more Steppenwolf. Like he already knew it was some bullshit. Like you calling me again? What did you find this time? What? And then of course it was Steppenwolf's little speech. Yes, this world will fall. There are no Kryptonians, no lanterns. No protectors. When you know damn well you're lying. That was a bold-faced lie. You lied. I did, however, like how they sent him back to the portal without his head. I did like that. I like that. Then they just had the little stare off, you know. Okay. And I'm sorry, Darkseid. Yes, in the cinematic universe, Thanos kind of did it better than you, but then again, he had 11 to 10 years to prepare. the whole ready to Yamada. Like, no, stop it.
No,
Like,
this is not your "I'll do it myself" moment. No, this is
yeah, fine, I'll do it myself. Like, no, like Thanos had time to work on that, but you just like ready to Yamada. We will use the old ways.
No, that doesn't work. Sorry.
Yeah, like I know, but I did. Dark Side speech, Steppenwolf. He was just like, I will bask in the glory of anti-life, and I will dance on the bones of our. And I was like, oh, okay, dramatic, a little bit of flair. Okay, well, I'm feeling you here. I get it. You want to kill everyone. That's understood.
Being a DC fan, the DCEU has disappointed me. I am not going to lie. We haven't had a good run in nothing since the DCAU, the animated universe, back in the early 2000s with Static Shock and the Justice League, and
couldn't be beat. You could not beat. You had everything.
And as far as DC goes, as far as animation goes, you can't be touched. Animation movies, even the horrible New 52 movies that y'all were doing, I mean, they're okay, but there was still some of the best animation that I've seen.
At the Superman, the Apocalypse, the Teen Titans series, the Justice League series, Unlimited, and the regular Batman Beyond, Batman, then the regular Superman. Then, like, you guys were killing it. I mean, killing it.
And then Marvel came out with the Avengers.
And killed Jaws.
And everybody in the world wanted to copy the Marvel formula. And the problem with copying the Marvel formula is that everybody forgets the fact of they had Iron Man, the Incredible Hulk, Thor, and Captain America.
And Blade. And Blade to jumpstart all of that.
Well, we'll get to that in a minute. They had 4 movies to prepare you for the big team up. Y'all want to jump in from big team up and then try to divide. That doesn't work. It doesn't work. As you can see with Justice League, failure.
Matter of fact, you tried to introduce all the Justice League members in a computer file on a laptop. The disrespect. And then, no offense to the Snyder's Cut, if I'm correct, was the black military guy has been John Jones the whole time?
Mm-hmm.
No. And he looks terrible. His design is terrible.
Actually, I don't mind the design. I don't mind the design of the Martian Manhunter. I don't mind the design.
He's just the face is too bulky, and the beady eye. Like, he looks creepy. Like John Jones, if I remember, he was just he had the regular eyes, just red, muscular chest built out. I mean, he wasn't looking like a damn xenomorph in the face. Like, for me, and I like, because honestly, I love Batman. Batman is, regardless of how crappy some of his tendencies may be, regardless of how ridiculous he may be in the comics.
And his fan base is ass and horrible.
Oh my God, the only thing worse than a Batman rider is a Goku rider, to be honest with you. And we can get on that another day. But but it's just like the idea of a man amongst gods, and he's still able to prove his worth. I like the idea. Christian Bale, all right, Batman, better Bruce Wayne. Heath Ledger, God rest your soul, because you killed the Joker role. I think it killed you, but not to be funny. But anyway, you
went too deep.
You went too deep. But as a psychotic clown, You know, they casted the perfect person for Harley Quinn. I like Margot Robbie. I like her. Sometimes you guys get it right. I think what Marvel does, because Marvel now has Disney, and I'm not even gonna lie to you. Let's say if the roles were switched. Let's just say Marvel was still bankrupt, and then DC may have been on the verge of bankruptcy, and Disney came in and said, "Hey, come here. Let me ask you something. Let me talk to you real quick." The DCU would probably be more popping. It would, because
But the crazy thing is that I don't disagree with your point. Warner Brothers is just as big as Disney.
they are. They are. They are.
You have the Looney Tunes. You have the Looney Tunes. You have Scooby Doo. You have so much, and you have the list of all the Warner Bros. To list all of the Warner Brother properties, it's on par with Disney. It is, which is why it pisses me off so much, because you have no excuse.
You keep making crappy movies. Keep making crappy movies.
Money.
Keep making crappy movies, bruh. I don't know how fast Disney be swallowing up people. You better keep making them horrible movies. They're gonna be knocking at you.
Buy you out, and it will have no problems. They can wait.
Disney is very patient. They're already looking at Netflix and Nickelodeon.
They are patient,
and I'm sure Cartoon Network ain't probably that far behind. They waiting. They waiting. I say give it 10 more years. They'll have two or three other major corporations underneath their belt. Keep playing.
Disney is not joking. They are trying to buy out everyone. And the thing is, with Warner Brothers, y'all have no excuse, because you have the money. So it's not like you don't have the capability. You just don't have no direction. You have no starting point of where you want to start this stuff at all. You have no direction.
Which is again why we come in handy. We know who needs to be cast. We know the plot. And plots that are going to make sense. We can even throw a couple twists and turns in there. I'm not saying that we have all the answers. We don't. But I'm telling you one thing. Doomsday wouldn't have been in Dawn of Justice, and you would have made more money. Period. You would have made more money had you ended it off with the whole save Martha. And we first got we got a great A look at how Batman gets down with the nitty gritty, with the blood and the bullet and the knife wound, pulling it out of himself and then stabbing somebody, and, throwing a box at somebody and the head bust against the wall. We finally got to see a raw Batman, even if it was just for 5 minutes. But we got to see it. You would have made more money leaving it off with his mother being rescued and something like that. And honestly, and I'm saying this to say it because for whatever reason, you guys just feel like it had to be there. If you wanted to hint at Doomsday coming at a later time, you could have had a asteroid, and then you zoom into the asteroid and you see that gray suit that Doomsday had on, and you just see that flying through space as an end credit scene. Boom. Everybody's going to be waiting now. Everybody's going to be waiting for the death of Superman. Everybody.
Honestly, the thing about it is like, one, we're just scrapping that entire movie, because that was dumb. It's just if you wanted to do a Dawn of Justice type deal, that should have been your fourth movie, when you would have had Man of Steel, Wonder Woman, and a Batman movie come out. If you wanted,
Batman needs to be rated R. Batman needs to be rated R.
If you wanted to do a Batman Superman movie, could have had them team up. They did it perfectly. I think it was either in the Batman or the Superman animated series where they had a team up, and it was the Joker.
Yeah, Joker came to Metropolis and he was collecting kryptonite.
Yeah, with Lex Luthor as his backing partner.
There you go. Movie right there. Get a better Lex Luthor. Get a better Lex Luthor.
Yeah, that's that, because that would have been the time. If you would have did Superman 2, that would have been a time to introduce the Lex War suit, to where it's like, oh, it's God versus man. Well, now I have something to combat the God.
And we're going to take out the whole, fight night, black and blue. Son of Gotham or Son of Krypton versus Bat of Gotham with the thunder clouds in the background. Stop it. Stop it. Because let's go ahead and be real, people. It's not a fight. Batman himself has said all the plans and contingencies I have for Superman are dependent on one thing: him not being bloodlusted.
Even when he's been mind controlled, even though he's fighting through it the entire time. Perfect example, when Poison Ivy mind controlled Batman, and there's that infamous scene where Batman has a kryptonite ring and he knocks out Superman. He even says, I would have broke every bone in my hand if I was to try to punch him again. Which is why in the infamous story of The Dark Knight Returns, he has to get a specialized suit. And then not only with that specialized suit, he has to get help from Green Arrow with a kryptonite arrow. Like, Batman has to do so much, even in Rebirth with the Justice League Buster. He's able to take care of or at least delay some heroes. Superman ripped straight through it like it was nothing. And the only reason why he won is because he just happened to have some kryptonite gum and he spit it into Superman's eyes. Yeah, I know. It's a Batman story.
If I wanted it, you'd be dead already. That's all. You're talking about someone who can fly at Mach 7 and literally fly through you. If he flies fast enough, he'll fly through you. The man makes sonic booms by jumping. And you think, I'm Batman, is going to be something like there is no...
The man is the hold on, let me get this right. Wonder Woman 6, Cheetah's 5th. He is the 4th fastest character in all of DC. Only people that beat him in speed are Flashes or Reverse Flash. He is the fastest non-Flash character in DC. If he wanted to, he could fly from Metropolis to Gotham before Batman could react. And there'll be nothing he could do about it at all.
There are so many ways. Or he can perform a lobotomy just by looking at Batman.
Yeah, because he did that to Doomsday and he did that to Manchester Black in the Superman versus Elite comic books and movie.
But anyway, like we're saying, people, the point is, it ain't going well for Batman. So there doesn't need to be a Batman v Superman. He doesn't have to have an Iron Man suit that he stole from Tony Stark. Stop having a Batman that needs a voice or like he sounds like damn Megatron. Like, stop it. Just stop it. Please stop it. It irritated me so much. It irritates my soul. And then having Lex Luthor, who was the kid that even played? I hated him.
Jesse Eisenberg.
No, he's a comedian. He does comedies. Seriously, that's like casting Hades in the DC as like Seth Rogen. Like, no. And no offense to what's the guy's name you just said?
Jesse.
I know you did the best you could, but the whole demons don't come from below us; they come from above. Nobody was there to save me from daddy's fisted abominations. No. Like, now you're mad because your dad abused you, and now you're mad at Superman for it? Like,
listen to your, all in all, just listen to your fans for once.
please.
Granted, like, yeah, there are some crazy fans that would, have it just go their way because they love their character so much. No, don't hire those people. They're dumb. Having Goku be universal and all this craziness. No, of course not. But like I said, that Goku thing is for another video. Just have, like, do what you used to do back in the day. Have contests. Like, you used to have contests to where if a fan wrote a good script or if a fan had a good idea, you would invite them to studios and have them do stuff. Where's that at? Like, if you, like, you could have fans break the, like, and this is the reason why people are making, this is why people are like, why do YouTubers and people on social media do better movies than the movie people do? Like, I don't understand how you have all this money and all this backing, but yet I can watch somebody make a 12 to 14 minute Vader movie and do it way better than the last trilogy of Star Wars. Shout out to Star Wars Theory. Like, his Vader movie pretty much hit the essence of Vader. And I don't know how you have Lucasfilm and Disney's backing and you make Luke Skywalker drink alien titty milk for like an hour. Like,
and have him being like a whiny person just because his nephew turned to the dark side, but he turned to the dark side because you literally were hovering above him with a lit lightsaber.
Because you felt at that time you needed to kill it. Like the Jedi before you, which was also dumb.
Ben, no! Oh, and let's also talk about the whole just adding drama to certain parts of a movie that just didn't. No, because the drama works when the moment works, then the drama is needed. Like, okay, I'll give you a great example. Since we're gonna go back to Dawn of Justice. You want to know the only part of that movie where people were happy?
When Wonder Woman first showed up.
When Wonder Woman showed up and her music played. Perfect drama. Perfect dramatic entrance. That was perfect. You guys nailed that. And then what do? You ruin it. Save Martha. Alfred, we have to get the spear. Get the spear. It's back in Gotham. We gotta get the spear. And then you have Batman shooting machine gun ammo at dudes.
Let's not.
I just like,
because that's going into the Batman mythos, and let's not.
Okay. Anyway, like we're saying, we're not saying we have all the answers, but you guys can afford to pay us. You guys, not even just us, you guys can afford to pay nerds or geeks or whatever you want to call us, people who are comic book savvy or lore savvy. Pay us to get these movies and shows done right. You want your money? We can tell you how to make it. And we want
we're going to be the one that's buying it.
Duh. Like, like I just sat here and talked about, I don't even like DC movies, but guess what? I have Teen Titans over here. I have the Justice League, both seasons. I have Batman Beyond. Like, I'm working on getting Static Shock on DVD, and I have every DCU movie. So the funny thing is, even when I don't like them, I still collect them. So just imagine what would happen if I like them.
I pay $74 for this DC Infinite. I pay $74 a year to have access to your comic books every year. $74. Just imagine how much more. Oh, and I don't mention, it's in my closet right now, I do have comic books of yours. DC. Just imagine how much more I would spend. Oh, not to mention Wonder Woman t-shirt. I buy your products.
Star Wars blanket.
Just imagine how much more I would spend if you actually did stuff right. How much I could brag and go to your movies if you actually did it properly and correctly. Like I said, 13 million is a drop in a bucket for Disney. That's just off of Black Panther's movie gross. I would be making more with the merchandise and toys than anything else than the movies.
And reinvesting it back into the company.
Listen to your fans. Not all of us are trying to steer you wrong. And if you make a Super Smash Brothers movie, we definitely want our money, because you already have Detective Pikachu. You have a great song and perfect. Nope. Before we end this video, that is a perfect example of listening to your fans. Sonic. We didn't like the design. The hell with that design.
Wait. Don't say we didn't like it, sir. We trashed it.
Oh, yeah. You made a joke and said we bullied you. Yeah, you goddamn right. We hated that design. You changed it, and you made Sonic the highest and we made Sonic the highest grossing video game movie of all time.
And all you had to do was just make him look like he doesn't. You see how just that was this. You literally had to tell the person who drew it to draw it again. And look what you did.
It took you 9 months extra to get everything right. And we made Sonic the highest grossing. You took 9 months to edit it. You gave us a brand new trailer where everything looked bomb. And we made it the highest grossing video game movie ever. We made it the highest grossing and best video game movie ever, beating Detective Pikachu, another movie you did right with the Pokemon look. Another one you did correctly, because you had Pokemon in the room. And you took your time. Two perfect examples of how much. Black Panther is another great example. You had black actors and black directors. You had pretty much an all black cast in Black Panther, and gave them creative freedom to portray this correctly. You want to make a black movie? Get black people in it. You did it properly, and it's the highest grossing non-Avengers Marvel movie ever. And yes, I know people will say Captain America Civil War is made higher, but that's pretty much an Avengers movie. It's pretty much an Avengers movie. It's just Captain America is on the front because, whatever. But you have three great examples: Sonic, Detective Pikachu, Black Panther, of what happens when you actually have the input of people that know what they're talking about. Just listen to your fans. And if you have us in it, all we asking for is 1%. I know me and Blair only asking for 1%. I know there's some people that are going to be like, oh, I want 100. Oh, I want 50. See, that's not the way to do business. They're not going to, because Disney still owns the properties. So there's no point in you asking for that much. Ask for 5%. If you want to go that high, ask for 10. Anything above that, Disney's probably going to shut the door in your face. 1%. Like I said, Black Panther, just off of the Avengers, made $2.8 billion. $2.8 billion in movie gross. That's over 20, that's close to 30 million just in movies. Just in movies. Not to mention all the Avengers toys, anything made off of their license with the merchandise. You're going to be raking in close to $40 million probably by the time you're done with the Avengers movie. Oh, and the DVD sales, because you had to get the Avengers Endgame on Blu-ray. You couldn't just get it in regular DVD. You got to, I'm going to do the whole Invincible thing. Think when you're doing business. It's not that hard to make money. But this has been We Want Our 1% with Magic and the Blair Thomas. Don't forget to like, follow, comment, and subscribe to all our social medias and to our channel down below. And if you need guidance, as always, come seek the Alliance. Peace. Have a happy weekend.